Now let's move to the quarterback position. Noah Grubbs taking part in the Elite 11 competition. How did things go for Noah?
Yeah, got to make the trip to Tampa to see Noah Grubbs in this competition. And for folks watching on YouTube, have the video here. So I'm going to preface with this, Darren.
Okay.
If I had a Ferrari, man, I would be taking that thing on the interstate, or get that thing on the highway, or be driving down, near the water. Man, we're taking that thing and using it properly.
Okay.
You know where I wouldn't drive a Ferrari? In like a school zone or a parking lot with a bunch of speed bumps. No, you don't. It's not its main purpose. So I use this kind of metaphor to bring us back to Noah Grubbs. What Noah Grubbs is best at is slinging the football down the field. In this Elite 11 regional, it's a lot of little pocket drills and then throwing to a stationary target. It's like Noah, was he good at that? Yeah, but it's not like his game. Like there was a Miami commit there, Darion Coleman from the Orlando area. I thought it was outstanding. Like he's got these like quick twitchy feet. One of the quicker releases you'll see, the ball just pops out of his arms, like just throws this like 10 to 15-yard ball so beautifully. That setting was like built for Darion Coleman. But for Noah Grubbs, for folks watching this film, you could see like, yeah, he looks really good. But I'm just telling you, he looks even better when you watch him on a Friday night. So this is meant to be a total compliment. Like Noah Grubbs looked good, and this isn't even his setting to really shine because it's stationary targets, 15, 20 yards. Now, they had a very limited one-on-one portion, and a lot of it was in the red zone because there just wasn't many receivers and defensive backs at this camp. But if we're talking like now we're slinging the ball 40, 50 yards downfield, Noah Grubbs territory. But to kind of, talk about his individual performance, thought he looked really good moving around. He ran a 4.9 laser time, which may sound slow, but one, that is not like Grubbs is a pocket passer he just needs to be able to escape a little bit. Like he's not like Riley Leonard. He's not Tyler Buckner. He is not Jack Cohn though, or Jack Cohn. He's not Steve Angeli. I think, or maybe Steve Angeli might be a little similar comp in terms of athleticism, can move, but they're not running a ton of QB powers, read options,
Right.
Can move, but that's not yeah, their game. It's if you need me to, or if I need to escape out of the pocket, I can do it. So 4.9 laser, I actually thought was a pretty good time for him. The laser time, like if you're doing hand time, that's usually he's going to be running like a 4.7, 4.8. Laser time is always going to be slower than a hand time. So I thought the 4.9 was actually pretty solid for him. And yeah, throwing the ball looks good. Good arm, good release. He does the little pat thing, before he throws the ball each time, which isn't my personal favorite thing for quarterbacks, but I know a lot of great quarterbacks do it. So, who am I to say? But yeah, really good arm, definitely looks the part, might be just, a hair under 6'4", around 190-ish, I would guess. He's a really good looking quarterback. Like Notre Dame got a good quarterback, throws well on the run. You can see him throwing across his body a little bit. He's a good player, Darren. I know you've been watching this film as I've been talking. Do you have any thoughts or follow-ups?
Effortless. That ball comes out of his hand with good velocity, and he doesn't rear back. It just flick of the wrist, and that ball is off quickly.
I will say this as well about this setting. It's difficult. It's easy to not look good. Like if there's all these quarterbacks are so good. If I told you, hey, this kid's committed to the USF and this is the Alabama commit, I'm telling you, Darren, there's not a ton separating some of these guys. Like they all look really good. And there was a USF commit there. Well, I thought like, man, he looks like a high power level guy just based on seeing them in this setting. So it's difficult to like really stand out in this. And I thought the Coleman kid who was committed to Miami did, just based on, some of the drills and his twitchiness and whatnot. It's easy to look bad. If you're just not it, like you kind of stand out. And I thought Grubbs was in the upper echelon, top 3, 4 guys there, and it was a really, really good group of quarterbacks who were there. So I think it's like my 3rd or 4th time seeing Grubbs throw in person. I didn't leave this thinking really anything differently about him. A darn good quarterback who can sling the ball downfield. Like, that is his game. I was actually pretty encouraged with the movement.
Yeah.
Running that 4.9 and then seeing him move around in the pocket. I thought he looked pretty good.
All right, Mike, let's wrap things up and discuss visitors this weekend, Blue Gold weekend at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of go through who's visiting. Not Blue Gold game, but just this week in general. I have 4 to mention real quick because there are so many. Talked about this in our earlier segment. Tiki Hala from Bastrop, Texas, 6'2.5", 285 pounds. I think that this could be for the win, whether that's a public decision or just kind of, hey, silently, and we'll announce it on May 10th. I'm not sure there, but I think that Tiki Hala is trending towards Notre Dame, and I did log a prediction for him to land with the Fighting Irish. I did that on Monday. This past Friday, I picked Braden Robinson, 5'8", 155 pounds. So, yeah, he's a slot guy, but one of the fastest receivers in the country from Red Oak, Texas. That's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 4-star player, according to the On3 industry ranking. I think he's a really exciting player. He's going to be at Notre Dame this week. And Notre Dame, Miami battle, Arizona and Ohio State are round out his top 4, but I really think it's between Notre Dame and Miami. But I do like where the Irish are trending there. The kid just seems all Notre Dame. Jonas Walton from Carrollton, Georgia Central High School, the number 10 running back in the country, according to the On3 industry ranking, visiting Notre Dame. Gets in Tuesday and heads out, I think, Thursday. So it's kind of like a mini official visit in a way. Notre Dame has done a really good job in this recruitment for a while. And, Notre Dame's in his top group. I think Tennessee, Georgia, Bama, a few other schools to watch for Jonas Walton, and then Javion Osborne. And there's another running back, Stephen Walker from Missouri, visiting this week. It's a huge running back week for Notre Dame. Javion Osborne's the one who seems to be trending towards Notre Dame. He's the number 8 running back in the country. He announced a top 2 recently of Notre Dame and Michigan, and a bunch of industry insiders, including myself, vlogged to pick for him to end up with the Fighting Irish, and I like where that's at. He even admitted publicly that I'm leaning Notre Dame. So if he said that, hey, Notre Dame has a slight lead, you got to wonder in reality if it's even a bigger lead. Goes to Notre Dame this weekend, Michigan next weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him come off the board really soon in terms of the next 3 weeks or something. I don't know if he's got a commitment date in mind or if that's out there, but I personally could see him committing sometime, the next 2 weeks to a month.